What's going on, guys? Chris here, and welcome back to another episode on the Brewcraft server. I'm back. I was a little slow with uploads last week. The things I was kind of busy. But anyways, yeah, what's going on? I worked on a thing last week after the podcast. I didn't record it. After last week's Halloween podcast, we were on for a while, and I decided to get started on the minigames arena, which is nice because we need a minigames arena. And following in the traditional style of last season, I've set it up here, just outside where we are right now. If you are unaware, down here. I don't think I've actually been here on a video. Is the skeleton grinder. I don't know why I'm going down here. This is almost. Apparently, this water doesn't work anymore. I was unaware of that. Fix your damn game, Mojang. Did it work last time I was down here? Apparently, yeah, I died twice. Because I came back down the same way. And it killed me again. So apparently, today I learned the water at the bottom of this hole does not work as it once did. There, that sucks. But yeah, this is a skeleton grinder. Don't come down here. It sucks. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it's a nice skeleton grinder we set up a long time ago. It's just the first time I've had a reason to come over here on a video. But yeah, I started working on Falcon's butthole, which is a very strange thing to say. For the uninitiated, for those who missed last season in its entirety. The Falcon's Butthole is a mini game created by Kitt, and basically what it is, it's a big arena. I think originally it was called Hawkeye. It's from Codex, and it got the new name when Pi named it. I don't know if we're keeping with this name this season, but I'm going with it for all intents and purposes. But as you can see, it's very large. It can fit many people inside of it. I haven't finished it. I'm actually not going to work on it this episode because of the fact that I don't know what exactly I'm doing entirely. I might need to get Kitt on and have him help me, but I'm not. I built half of it, and I was like, oh, I mean, I'm halfway there. Whoa! I'm not gonna say a second. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll figure it out later, and I never came back on. That was like Friday. This is the first time I've been on since Friday. So yeah, we're gonna go through the Nether. I don't know. I don't remember if I've shown the Nether hub or not. I think I have. You're gonna see it again, and even more so, you're gonna see how to get to the minigames arena if you're on the server, or if you download the world download, which isn't publicly available till the end of the season. Yeah, because I have to get back to spawn. What's that? I don't know. It's too wobbly. Anyways, it's Monday, I hope. I don't know when this is gonna go out. Depends on how lazy I am when I finish the upload. What we're gonna do today to kill my productivity in videos a little bit more is we're gonna take that Blackhawks logo down because I'm tired of looking at it. And the Ducks finally won a game last night. We didn't beat the Blackhawks. We beat the Predators. 4-2. It was a very good game. I didn't watch it at all. That probably has something to do with why we won. But yeah, I didn't watch it last night. It's the first game. I think it's one of the first games of the season I've not actually watched. Do I not have any free chests to dump all my stuff off in? It was a good game. I checked. I started playing Night Seal Republic KOTOR, and I was playing that, and I checked the score at the end of the first period. That should be enough. I need to get some iron and get some shears because we don't have fire ticks turned off on the server, so I can't just burn it down, or I'd do that. Yeah, it was a good game. We checked the end of the first period and we were up 3, and they got 2 points. Obviously, I hope this is gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough, but damn it. Blackhawks logo is way too big to take down with just one pair of shears. I'm gonna need some blocks. Well, I can use grass to get up there. Yeah, it was a good game. I watched the end of it. It was getting later in the night. It was a good game. I'm happy we finally won a game. It was a good game too. It was very very nice to win. I'm excited. But we finally won. Second game out of 10. So I think that shows something about us. I finished the roof, by the way. Something I've been meaning to do for a while. It's not that impressive. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. Poppy told me he thinks it looks really good, but I don't know. I may need to go. I may play with it. For the most part, the exterior of the home is done. Which means I've started making an interior. This is what the inside looks like. I'm not finished. I'm going to put stairs, upside down stairs around here. But I don't know what I'm going to do about this. Oh, don't knock it down. That's what I'm going to do about this. What are we going to do about it? Don't forget about it. But anyways. Yeah. So, let's take the Duckhawks. Duckhawks, quack, quack. Let's take the Blackhawks logo down. Talk about Halloween. I'm still scared to sleep in that bed. I don't know what he's done to it. Let me check. I go back here every now and again and I check to make sure that that's all still disabled. I should have taken the whole thing out because all I've really done is just move a couple blocks of redstone to keep it from going off again. I should really take the whole machine out. God, that's a huge ass logo. I can't wait to tear it down. Oh God, jeez, wow, productivity. Yeah, Halloween was this last weekend. I am not going to have enough blocks to get all the way up there. Well, I can just, it doesn't have to be in a specific order of how I take it down. It just has to go down. Yeah, Halloween was, how long ago? 3-4 days now? 2 days? It was Saturday, so it wasn't that long ago. But I had a good Halloween. I don't know about you guys. I went and saw an ECHL game, East Coast Hockey League. It's the first game I've seen in probably 2 years. It's been a while since I've been to a hockey game, I'm not gonna lie. So it did feel kind of good to go to this particular game. Though we lost. We did the thing that the Ducks usually do. And we did really well in the first period, and then threw the rest away because we thought we'd win. And that was not the case because they came back and they whooped us by 1 point. It was a very disappointing game to go to, especially for the first game of the year. The first game I've been to for a while, but it was a good game in the end. It was nice to go to a hockey game. It's been a while since I've been to a hockey game. Was the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. I don't know about the name is. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Greenville Swamp Rabbits is my team versus the Evansville Icemen, who I don't know where Evansville is, but I know they're the farm team or the associate team for the Senators. My team is for the Rangers, so the good Rangers, not the one that Kitt votes. Isn't that the baseball team, the Rangers? Am I getting that wrong? It might not be. Yeah, I think it is. I guess I don't know. Walker, Texas Ranger? It's the New York Rangers. But anyway, now that no one knows what I'm talking about, yeah, hockey. It's fun. It's a good game in the end. But yeah, it was in Greenville, South Carolina. It's a city. Everyone knows what city I've been to. Oh no. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to Greenville. I don't go there that often because it's a decent drive from where I live, but it's also the closest hockey team. What is that? Somebody has an ice farm. Oh man, I might have to walk around Spawn when we get done. But yeah, Greenville's a fun little town. It's been a while since I've been there, like I said. I don't go there that much because it's a long ways away. Wow, this is a really, really high up view of Spawn. Kind of terrifying, getting vertigo. Yeah, it was nice. I went up there and I kind of pedaled around for a while. Went and had some food, which was fun. Always like like I said, I don't go up there that much. It's apparently, I was unaware of this, but apparently it's like one of the top 25 fastest growing cities in the world, which I for one am kind of hesitant to believe that because it's not a very big town. I mean, it's a good sized city, I think, but it's got a decent sized population, somewhere in the 100,000s. But I don't know about the world. I'm gonna need more. Oh, I'm gonna need way more shares than this. Yeah, I don't know about the whole world. Maybe in the country, because I think there are some pretty big cities out there. I need to go over there and play golf at some point. There's some pretty big cities in the world that are probably growing a lot faster than my little Greenville. It's a fun town. It's a nice place. It's one of those God, my scroll wheel's messing up. It's one of those places it's best to go only to downtown. This might just be me, but in my experience, it's best to steer clear from anywhere that's not downtown because you will get robbed. I've been panhandled by homeless people on multiple occasions. There are people doing drugs on the side of the street. This is like nothing in comparison to some cities out there. It's our own little Detroit here in South Carolina. No, it's just a town. No, it's not that bad, but downtown's a really cool area because it's just this nice little town, and there's all kind of live events. There's a lot of live music that happens and crazy stuff, and there's breweries and stores, and it's really cool. A lot of good bars, a lot of good food. But yeah, it's like as soon as you kind of get out of downtown, it just kind of goes downhill fast. They're actually working on making it better recently. I've noticed they're putting in a lot more apartment complexes outside of downtown because it's really growing in there. I know they were talking about tearing down. I think some land management bought a church property and is putting a huge complex in there with like all kind of cool stuff. So it's exciting. Now I feel like going to the church, but if you just like the place in general, it makes me mad. I'm up to 7 deaths now. But anyways, yeah, it's a fun town. You should go there sometime. Stay in downtown. Don't go anywhere else. Yeah, if you're going to South Carolina, I feel like there's a lot better towns to visit. I prefer Charleston. I like Greenville, downtown Greenville, because it's really fun, but I just like the beach. Charleston's a really fun city. It's a city that you have to walk. I would not drive a vehicle because it's literally that entire town. And because of the fact they have horse carriage tours is literally nothing but horse trails. And it's cobblestone roads and horse trails, which is not fun to drive in. I prefer... Oh. Is there a way I can get down from here conveniently? I don't think so. Ow. Down here, but yeah, I'd go to Charleston personally. Columbia, the state capital. So we have 3 big cities. We have the upstate is Greenville, Midlands is Columbia, and lower state is Charleston. Personally, I prefer Charleston out of the 3. Columbia, oh hello! Please don't, please don't, please don't. You did this the other day. I don't have any arrows, great. Oh god, please don't. Okay, do I have any arrows in here? Because I'd really appreciate that right about now. Yeah, I do. I think this is an infinity bow. Yeah, I prefer Charleston. It's just a nice town. There's a lot of good food. I'm generally, if a town has good food, I'm pretty sold on it. I'm not gonna lie. If your town has good food, then I'm sold. I like Greenville because they've got a lot of good food places there. And I like Charleston a lot. They have a bar down there. I regret not going there the last time I was here, but they have just the best hamburger I've ever had. I'm fairly particular about my meats, and they got pretty good burgers. So I like going down there. And I went down there this last summer. That's not how you make shears. And I had none of these hamburgers. What is going on here? This is an atrocity. It's screwing up the trees. But yeah, I did not have any of this amazing hamburger that I had before, so I'm kind of disappointed in myself, just enough. So I don't know. Yeah, come to my town. I say it's my town. I live so far away from it. It's not even close to my town, but come to a town that's in my state. Either Charleston or Greenville. Columbia is a city. That's all I can really say about it. It's not special in any particular way. Apparently they have a nice zoo, which is cool, but I'm not a zoo person. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Halloween! It was fun. Hockey games. What did you guys do for Halloween? Well, some people went to the parties. I didn't. I'm not cool enough to go to parties. No, it's not who I am, man. Most everybody I know was out of town doing things for Halloween. Actually, a friend of mine I know went down to Charleston, so that's something. Yeah, this is kind of like, I wish I had a longer weekend. I say this, I had Friday off because I only have one class and I didn't have to go there. I just didn't want to get up this morning, and I didn't have any coffee, so I'm tired, and it's raining. It was literally the entire parking lot was under an inch of water this morning. I had to slosh my way to class. It was not fun. But we were getting that heavy rain that I don't know where it's coming from. It's just here. We had all that flooding. Speaking of Columbia, we had all that flooding in Cologne. I watched Austin Powers a while ago. But anyways, yeah, we had all that heavy rain in Columbia, which basically put the entire city underwater. And now we're getting it here. The whole my yard is underwater right now, and there's a tree. It's fallen way back in the back, because I live on a large piece of property, but I can see that there is a tree down in the far yonder, and I need to go look at it whenever it stops raining. I just don't want to go outside in the rain because I'm lazy. I just don't want to get wet. I already got wet. I got my favorite jacket all wet. It's terrible. Yeah, that was fun. That was a thing. It's raining. We get too much rain here. It's always great when it rains, because please don't make me fall. I don't want to fall. There. Stupid thing. I'm gonna need 2 more pairs of shears by the time I'm done with this stupid thing. Where did Kitt get all this wool from? Well, he's got to have a secret sheep farm somewhere. Well, I guess while I'm ranting, I could talk about the podcast. This podcast happened this last week, not in the way it was supposed to happen. The podcast was just a train wreck. It was a fun podcast, do not get me wrong. I really enjoyed doing the podcast. It was, leading up to it was a train wreck. The podcast itself was great. Leading up to it was a train wreck. Because I'm going to go over the series of events that transpired to lead us. For those of you who don't know, for the uninformed, you should watch the podcast, first of all. It's on the Bird Gaming Network channel. It's linked somewhere on my channel, like the people I follow or whatever sidebar on my channel. It's linked in there, and you should go check it out, because we're eventually going to start doing more with that channel. But right now, the stars are not aligned so that we may do such a thing. But anyways, yeah, we do a podcast, and we decided the format that we've done in the past is we go into that room right there, and we sit around a table in Minecraft, and we talk for an hour. Well, I made the executive decision to change the format to a more decent format, because most podcasts, that's not how 90% of the podcasts in the world work. Most of them are just audio, but the video ones, most of the time, people are in a room together, or they have webcams up. And I kind of wanted to do that, because I like looking a little bit more professional. So I said, how about for the Halloween podcast, we do a Halloween costume podcast, so we can test out this new webcam format that I've made. And everyone was like, yeah, let's do it. Sounds fun. So we were all happy about that. And this is, bear in mind, if you go back and listen to the podcast, we'd been talking about this for about a month. Actually longer on the chats, because I proposed the idea to do it a long time ago, the webcam podcast, but we actually started putting it to the grindstone, started doing things to work toward it just this last month. And it was going to be me, Kitt, Armor, and Rivet. It's going to be the regular 4. We're going to do it. It was going to be really cool. We tested it out the week before, and everything worked. And oh god, that was fun. That was fun. And then I forget who canceled first. I think it was Kitt. Said he had somewhere to be, so I got a Puffy. Said he would fill. That's why we have 7 or 8 people in the podcast chat, because occasionally we need people to fill for the podcast. We're probably only going to be doing 4 people from now on. We tried 5 a long time ago. Not only did that train wreck of a podcast, I think that was the Destruction Day podcast. But yeah, we had it all planned out. It was really fancy, and then Kitt said he couldn't make it, so we got a Puffy to fill. And then we got to Wednesday. Okay, I should move back a little bit more and say that Wednesday. Oh god, we moved it back to Wednesday because Rivet was going to be busy Friday, which is our usual recording time, so we moved it back. And then Wednesday, like an hour before we did the podcast, Rivet said he would not be able to attend due to real life circumstances, which is cool because people have lives outside of the internet, believe it or not. So I said, okay, we'll move it back to Friday, because it's the only reason we moved it. The only reason to do it Wednesday is so I could have Rivet. So we moved back to Friday, and then Friday morning came, and then Kitt and Armor said they couldn't make it, which is great. So I had to immediately scramble and find people for the podcast, which is never fun because we've talked about this, and we're working on getting more people, especially more guests, and people from outside the network, the Brew Gaming Network. We're working on getting more people like that. I am terrified to do this now because I feel like I'm going to fall. I'm going to need another pair of shears. We've gone through 4 shears to dig this thing up. Oh god, the episode's going to be over in a minute. But yeah, so I mean, it was good. It was good that I don't have a problem with the fact that we had guests on. It was just that this was kind of a trial episode. We probably could have used regular people on, but in the end it turned out really well. It was shorter than regular because I don't have anything to break all this. This is going to hurt. It was shorter than usual because of the fact that Skype crashed, and I thought we were at 48 minutes. Apparently we were I think we were 42 instead, so we cut off about 6 or 7 minutes of the podcast on accident. How much of that damn thing's left? Is it enough to where I can just set it? Oh my god, I'm gonna need 2 more. Look at that. That is just a massive effigy to sadness. Terrible team. Oh, offend all the hockey fans. But yeah, so the podcast was a good podcast, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. And Sidan and Apophie, who are on this week's podcast. Don't watch it, by the way, if you don't want part of or at least don't watch like the last 20 minutes if you don't want parts of Star Wars spoiled, because we kind of held a spoiler cast for the Clone Wars the last 20 minutes on accident. Well, Star Wars. It's mostly, I think it's mostly episode 3 that we talked about. Star Wars episode 3. Was that Return of the Sith? Revenge of the Sith? I don't remember. Yeah, so that was fun. The whole podcast was fun. Sidan's a host now, so basically to be a host on our beautiful podcast, what you need to do is pay us $50 and sign all your subscribers over to us. No, it's basically just join our podcast chat and you're considered a host. Everyone else is a guest. For this week, but after that I asked him if he would be interested in showing up regularly, and he said yeah, which is ironic because of the fact that half the people in that chat, we have I think 8 people in that chat now, 9 people, and we have 4 people that show up regularly. So hopefully we're going to start pushing for more people to be on the podcast. I've messaged a few old YouTube contacts to see if they would be interested in joining, and heard very little and made very little progress with this. But hopefully soon it will flourish into a beautiful butterfly. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this wool. Try and make a Ducks logo over his base, but we haven't beat I think we play the Blackhawks again later this month, but I don't care. I need to get this thing off my house so my house can go back to looking nice again. I'll probably use all this wool to put the big Ducks logo over Kitt's base when we beat the Blackhawks next time. They got lucky this time. Yeah, I think it's safe to say, in my infinite wisdom, hi, that this is the end of the episode. I need to do some build quests. I meant to record more build quests. Last week was a weird week for me because I was doing stuff like every single day. I made a mistake. No, don't do this. Yeah, I was kind of busy last week, so I didn't really have time to do much. I think today, in between spurts of rendering and playing Knights of the Old Republic, which is a very good game. I still don't like the play style. I think I talked about this a while ago. I don't like the play style of KOTOR. I say KOTOR. I think that's the abbreviation for it. So I'll say it like that. But I still don't like the play style, but I'm playing it anyway because it's a good game. You should play that. You can usually find it pretty cheap somewhere on the internet. So go find it and play it and watch. I'd say watch me play it, but I'm not streaming it or recording it. I also don't have any plans of streaming it or recording it. Just on the first game. Anyways, that's enough ranting and raving for me. I think I'm over my 20. I try and go for 24 minutes. I don't know why. I don't know why I just chose that number out of obscurity. But 24 minutes is usually it, and I think I'm already over with the 2 minutes of footage I recorded earlier. So, anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, Chris, signing off.